Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're diving deep into SIGAP, the massive new system that's been built to control Brazil's absolutely booming online betting market. We're going to look at how a digital sheriff is trying to tame a multi-billion-dollar Wild West.
So, you might be asking, why the need for such a huge overhaul? Well, to really get that, you first have to understand the sheer scale of this market. And trust me, the numbers, they're absolutely staggering.
And no, that's not a typo. 21 billion reais. That's how much cash the Brazilian betting market was moving in a single month back in early 2025. It's not just a stream of money, it's a tidal wave.
And that right there became the critical question for the Brazilian government. I mean, when you've got billions of dollars flying around and millions of people playing, just letting things run wild, well, that's not really an option. You need a plan.
Because before all this regulation came into place, this massive industry was pretty much operating with no rules. It was a true digital frontier, and that created some pretty significant risks for literally everyone involved.
You see, an unregulated environment like that, it's basically a perfect breeding ground for all kinds of trouble. We're talking about a high risk of money laundering, potential match fixing, and absolutely zero protection for bettors if a company just decided to disappear with their money. It was this exact high-risk situation that finally pushed lawmakers to step in and do something.
So, in response to all that chaos, Brazil introduced a really powerful new solution, one designed to bring order, transparency, and a whole lot of control to the industry. So let's meet the new digital sheriff in town, SIGAP.
SIGAP is the government's official tool. You can think of it like a digital regulator, a central command center built from the ground up to oversee the entire online betting ecosystem, from the biggest companies all the way down to the smallest individual bets.
The whole purpose of the system is really built on these four key functions. It sets the rules, it decides who gets to play, it watches everything they do in real time, and if they step out of line, it punishes them. This just perfectly illustrates its main mission: total, comprehensive control.
Now, this change didn't happen overnight. Not at all. The journey started way back in 2018 with a basic law that first legalized betting. Then in 2023, things got a lot more serious with a real regulatory framework. And finally, in early 2025, SIGAP officially went live. It took years of development to get to the powerful tool we see today.
So how in the world does one system keep an eye on a market that's moving 21 billion reais a month? Well, the answer is simple, but the scale of it is anything but. It all comes down to data, a massive, constant, and incredibly detailed flow of information.
Take a look at this number, 500 million. That's the average number of individual records that SIGAP processes every single day. Not a week, not a month, every day. That's 500 million data points just pouring into the system, painting this real-time picture of the entire market. It's almost hard to wrap your head around.
And what's really fascinating here is the depth of the data. SIGAP sees every single sports bet, every spin on an online game, every deposit and withdrawal from a player's digital wallet, and it verifies who that player is. It's creating a complete and totally transparent digital money trail.
Okay, so we've got all this monitoring, all this data collection, but what does it actually mean on the ground? Well, it means we're looking at a completely new landscape. This system has fundamentally changed the rules of the game, for the companies, for the players, and for the country itself.
For starters, here's the price of admission: 30 million reais. That's the fee companies have to pay just to get a federal license to legally operate their betting sites in Brazil. It's a clear signal that, only serious, well-capitalized players are welcome here.
This chart gives us a fantastic snapshot of the market right now. On one side, you have the 77 operators who are officially licensed, and they're running 174 different brands. But what's really telling is that other number. Over 260 other companies are still on the outside, waiting in line for their shot to play by the new rules.
I mean, the difference here is truly night and day. The system is transforming the market from that unpredictable, high-risk frontier into a structured, supervised, and much, much safer industry. So the crucial point here is this fundamental shift towards safety, accountability, and transparency for everyone.
And this quote from a key official at the Ministry of Finance really sums it all up. The ultimate goal here, beyond taxes or control, is to protect the consumer by making sure the companies play by a strict set of rules, creating a responsible gaming environment.
And that is the question that lingers, isn't it? As SIGAP continues to evolve and process billions more records, this delicate balance between transparency for player safety and intense government control, well, that's going to be the key story to watch.